Big Bang is kaput, Wolverine is back from the dead, and Superman returns. All this and more, so strap in for today's Comic Book Now. What's up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Chris Killian, and with me is the adorable Mighty Morphin Matt Mueller. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good, and I really love that nickname.
You like that nickname?
Yeah, it's
That's
a good
the
nickname.
Best nickname anybody's ever come up with for you, isn't it?
Because when you say the nickname, I get to do the...
Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's what I do. It's the flute, man.
So is that, what other nicknames have you had by chance?
Why do you do that?
We were talking about this earlier.
I told you that before.
What's your other nicknames, Matt?
So, well, I actually have a couple, but one is Sparkle. Why do you laugh? Okay, that's why I don't tell people.
Why?
Okay, because I used to work at the Disney store, and a quick version is that we had a bunch of princess dresses come into the store. I was the shipment manager, and so I would go and unpack all of them, and then I had to go to a bar to meet some friends afterwards. But I was covered in glitter, because there's tons of glitter in princess dresses, and so when I came in, they saw it naturally and went, Sparkle, and then that stuck. That name stuck for too long, and I don't want it to come back.
That's a really great story to cover up your strip club addiction. Let's get started with some news, guys.
Why do I do this to myself?
It looks like the end has finally arrived for CBS's long-running sitcom, The Big Bang Theory. According to a press release earlier this week from CBS, the network made the decision to bring Big Bang Theory to a close after its 12th season, which is currently in production. According to a new report, the series is concluding for a pretty simple reason, and it's mostly because Jim Parsons, aka Sheldon Cooper, was just ready to move on to other things. So start mentally preparing to say goodbye to Sheldon and the gang. But get ready to say hello to your favorite Canadian mutant. We all know that nobody stays dead in the comics, and that's true for Wolverine, who's coming back with a brand new costume, and I made a video with some thoughts, so check it out.
You actually go outside in these things?
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
The original Wolverine is oh so close to returning, doing what he does best in the pages of Marvel. It's been 4 years since Logan bit the dust in 2014, and since then, his presence has remained a vital theme within the Marvel Universe. We've seen an older version of him from an alternate timeline pop up, and the recent Hunt for Wolverine storyline. But now the OG Logan is officially coming back from the dead, and he's rocking some new duds. What's up, guys? I'm Chris Killian, and today, let's talk about Wolverine's new costume. Earlier this week, Marvel announced that Declan Shalvey is joining Charles Soule on Return of Wolverine number 2 through 4. As part of his work on the limited series, Shalvey has designed a new black suit costume for Logan, which we got our first look at thanks to Shalvey's variant cover of Return of Wolverine number 2. It's an interesting look for sure, ditching practically every element of the far more famous yellow versions of Wolverine, and much more reminiscent of the maskless black leather-clad Wolverine from the X-Men movies. It's a dash House of M with a sprinkle of Age of Apocalypse and a whole lot of bellhop. Where's my tip, bub? Seriously, I bet he can carry a lot of luggage for you. Thankfully, he's still got the mutton chops. You do not touch Wolverine's mutton chops. That's like turning Hulk into a genius. It's weird, I don't like it. Personally, I'm not crazy about the costume. I prefer my Logan a little rough around the edges and feel like a tough guy with a penchant for tank tops and jeans wouldn't wear something so, I don't know, sleek and modern. If I really want to show my age, I'll just admit that I'm forever on the yellow and brown team. Yeah, now that's Wolverine. Regardless, this drastic new look is more than likely storyline driven and won't be around permanently. It's possible the new suit also has something to do with these infamous new claw-heating powers that Wolverine's supposed to be touting. Either way, we'll find out soon enough. What do you guys think of Wolverine's new costume? Tell me in the comments or tweet me at Chris Killian, and thanks for watching. Yep, so I think it's pretty obvious what I think of the costume. Matt, what do you think?
Okay, so yes, there is a little chef Alton Brown kind of thing.
It's like Wolverine's gonna slice and dice some garlic.
But he has hot claws now, so it kind of fits. I mean, if we're looking at like as a theme, it's great. Like if he had like cloves of garlic hanging from his belt, it'd be amazing. I actually don't, I don't hate it. I still don't hate it. I like the suit. I think if this is a suit if the Arrowverse designed Wolverine. I think this is what we would get.
Right.
And I don't hate, it's a little stylish, yes.
Yeah.
The button thing is impractical, but then, okay, we're talking about someone with, you know, giant claws that come out of their hands.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I still prefer the yellow and blue. I will always stick by the astonishing yellow and blue, not old school yellow and blue. I like a little muted colors.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Wolverine in leather. I just always feel like he's missing like a paddle and a ball gag or something, but...
Man, that went from like 3 to...
I know. Moving on.
Jesus.
The next installment of 007 finds itself without a director as Danny Boyle has departed the project. Reportedly, Bond 25 was set to start filming in a few weeks, and according to a recent news report, the reason Boyle left had to do with the film's Russian villain. The official statement from the studio described it as creative differences, but an industry source says it came down to the fact that Boyle wanted someone for the role and Daniel Craig didn't. Whichever one of them wanted Ivan Drago to be the villain, that's whose side I'm on. This next bit is for you, Arrowverse fans out there. According to a brand new report, it seems Superman will make a comeback this year during the Arrowverse crossover, and he will not be alone, this time being joined by the one and only Lois Lane, who CW have yet to cast an actress for. Tyler Hoechlin is set to reprise his role as Superman in the 3-night crossover event and will star in each episode of the crossover, giving the Man of Steel a chance to hero things up with The Flash and Green Arrow and, you know, whoever else. What do you think about this Superman?
I enjoy his Superman. I'm also very happy now that I know how to pronounce his name correctly.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I just find that if you say names with confidence, that people question it less.
Fair enough. Okay.
Within there, like Tyler, I thought it was Tyler Hoechlin, but
I said
maybe I was
Hoechlin
saying
for a
it
long
wrong
time.
the whole
but
time.
then I also was mispronouncing like...
I was mispronouncing Henry Cavill for a while.
So there was a Spider-Man villain, totally derailed this. There was a Spider-Man villain that I pronounced wrong like my entire life, and then I said it out loud at a comic store, and it was Facade. But I called him Facade for like years, and looking back, embarrassed myself years. Yeah.
No,
anyway.
don't. I used to call him Dr. Octopus.
There
so
it is.
it's
yes. Thank you for making me feel.
No,
I know
it's
that
no
was
big
pity,
deal.
but I'll take it.
No.
But I dig Superman. He's got swag. I like how he moves. He's got this aura of like, I know I'm kind of awesome, but like I'm not a jerk about it. Like I dig it, and I like the suit.
And he's lighthearted too, which I like about it. He's not as dark as the DCEU Superman.
He's a perfect blend of all the Supermen. Like if you go through Cavill, you go through Reeves, like he's kind of that perfect in-between mix. And he's not a bumble. I don't need my Clark Kents to be bumbling idiots.
Right.
Like, they need to be able to function in the real world.
Right.
Like I don't need them to slouch and like hit cabinets and stuff. Well,
Are you gonna watch the crossover event?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm probably gonna wait till it's on Netflix. Do you like that segue? Speaking of Netflix, is Netflix going to start incorporating ads into their streaming service? My boy BD took a break from jet setting in London to talk about it.
Is Netflix introducing ads to their movies and TV shows? The streaming service we all love to chill with might be testing the waters on placing ads between episodes and movies if a recent incident is any indication. A subscriber reported watching Rick and Morty but getting an unskippable trailer for Better Call Saul between episodes. Now, this came from Reddit, so everyone should naturally be like, okay, is this even true? Because Reddit once claimed the Hulk was Loki in Avengers Infinity War, and that's no. But Netflix released an official comment, so it is true, but they say real ads aren't coming, at least not yet. In an official statement on the issue, Netflix said they introduced video previews to help the TV experience because they saw that it significantly cut the time members spend browsing and helped them find something they would enjoy watching faster. First of all, Netflix, quit spying on my watching habits, okay? Just because I watched one episode of The Gilmore Girls, it doesn't mean I want to see ads for a Christmas Prince, even though it is a little bit less insulting than asking me, are you still watching after only 4 hours of The Office? Anyway, the important thing is this doesn't necessarily mean true commercials are on the way. I think we all kind of enjoy opening up Netflix and seeing a Luke Cage trailer play at the top instead of just a continue watching tab with a bunch of logos for TV shows and movies. But still, people are flipping out in Comicbook.com's comment section over the possibility of ads playing between Netflix shows. Many of them are threatening to drop the streaming service entirely if it does introduce commercials, but let's face it, this is inevitable. The company produces how many new series and movies each year? Those productions ain't cheap. So for each person who might actually drop them if ads are introduced, the service is actually leaving millions of dollars in ad revenue on the table without them. It's not like Dr. Evil is running this company.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
Plus, do you think the Stranger Things kids really just like KFC by choice of the writers? The ads are already there, people. Product placement has been a thing for years. Does the idea of Netflix introducing commercials make you feel like my friend John Bernthal over here? Or are you okay with seeing previews for other shows in between episodes? Do you feel like Netflix is watching you a little too much and becoming Facebook? Let us know in the comment section or hit me up on the socials at Brandon Davis PD. And be sure to subscribe to our Comic Book Now Facebook page for more awesome updates like this one.
Oh Oh man, Rodney Dangerfield called. He wants his shirt back. We have to wait a bit longer for Star Wars Episode 9, but MakingStarWars.net has gotten a hold of several photos showing the Millennium Falcon at the Black Park location. Now legally, I can't show you these photos here, but you know what the Millennium Falcon looks like, and that's exactly the ship we're seeing in the photos. So, Matt, since Han Solo is gone, who's piloting the Falcon this go-around?
I think it should be a Porg, based on Harrison Ford. Also, I was really bummed because someone in the comments of that original post was like, you can see Ewoks in the background of that image. You can't, spoiler, because I looked for a while to see if like an Ewok was there. And I would love an Ewok to return and pilot the thing.
That'd be a great book, just jungle scenery.
Yeah.
Just spot the Ewok, like
Porgs in it, like
Waldo?
a Porg Ewok civil war. Oh my God, this writes itself. Anyway.
Rated R, definitely.
Yes, rated R.
I would watch that for sure. Okay, this is my favorite part of the show. Why are we so stupid today? I don't know. We're both sleep
Also,
deprived.
I take offense for Brandon saying like there's something wrong with Gilmore Girls. That's a good show. Whatever. Anyway.
I feel like our banter back and forth today has been very Gilmore's Girl.
Yes.
It's been very quick.
Wait, can I be? Well, they're both annoying at times. Can I be Lorelai?
I'm Alexis Bliss. Bliss.
Alexa Bliss is not on the Gilmore Girls.
No, what's her name? What's the actress?
Alexa Bledel, maybe?
Bledel. See,
Maybe.
I said it with confidence,
Don't quote me.
It didn't matter.
Tyler Hoechlin.
Anyways, questions and answers. You guys leave them in the comments, and we'll get to them. That's our favorite part of the show right now, right?
Yes, very much. So if you have
questions,
make sure to stick them in there. But for now,
anything you want us to hypothesize on?
Absolutely. Gilmore Girls, fan theories, anything. First one comes from Grant Gates, who asks, how important is James Gunn for the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise? When can we expect an announcement for a replacement as well?
You know, I don't know. I feel like we're probably going to start hearing rumors of them meeting with directors like any day now. Like they've already announced that he's not going to be rehired, so I'm thinking anytime the rumors are going to start circulating as to who they're talking to.
Because it starts shooting in January.
Right. So as far as like an official announcement, there's no telling. I mean, you know, it could be any time between now and then.
Is there a Marvel director that you would like to step in?
I mean, as far as Marvel directors, I feel, now me and BD disagreed a little bit on this, but I think that Taika Waititi is the obvious choice, right?
I want Taika so bad.
I mean, because he understands humor,
Yes.
and so much of the Guardians is built around humor. Now, BD felt like he doesn't know how to pull back into the dramatic moments as much, but...
Ragnarok had dramatic moments.
Say what?
Ragnarok had dramatic
I felt like it did too.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like, I mean, there was maybe one or two jokes that he could have pulled back from a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, he's like the obvious choice to me. But as far as whether or not James Gunn is important to Guardians, I think like the fact that we have a script is huge. I mean, that's the biggest thing. We know where the story's going to go. The universe has been set up, so it's no different than when like Game of Thrones has different directors, you know, but the world has been set up and they know what the tone is.
Agreed.
So because the world has been set up for Guardians, I think that just about any established director could probably come in and carry that forward.
I agree. No,
Yeah.
I can also, whoever does come in, can we get a return to Baby Groot? I
don't know. I love Teen Groot. Teen Groot is hilarious.
He was useless in Infinity War.
Yeah, he's useless, but he's hilarious.
God, he did nothing. I don't know. I mean,
No, I don't. He didn't do nothing. He's the handle of
one thing out of the whole movie.
Stormbreaker.
I loved him. Look, I love original Groot and I like Baby Groot. I did not love Teen Groot.
I think original Groot's the least
I love original Groot.
entertaining of them all. I think Baby Groot and Teen Groot's where it's at.
Teen Groot gets on my nerves. All right. So we have another question from Andrew Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Which of the Infinity Stones do you think is the most powerful, and which one would you personally wield?
I feel like we answered a question like this last week. So the obvious answer as far as what's most powerful would have to be the Power Stone. It's in the name.
I agree. No.
Right?
And it has control over all the energy
But
power in the world.
over all of the stones, which one would I wield? I feel like the one that would be most powerful for real would be the Time Stone. Because no matter what you do, the Time Stone can just erase it. You know, you can just go back in time and just make it all not happen.
I agree with the Time Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why? Because what I would do is I would go get newspapers and I would go clip coupons. And then I would use one of those McDonald's coupons that's like one use only, but then rewind time so I didn't use it and just get endless
That is an abuse of power,
nuggets
my friend.
and fries.
That is.
That's amazing. I think out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the box. Nugget box. Welcome.
Let's get a live question. Is there a live question?
Actually, yes. So let's see. Dustin Almack asks, is there any more info on Batwoman and or Batman on the CW?
No. I mean, it's been confirmed that Batman's in the universe, but they're not planning on doing anything with Batman. As far as the CW, right? That's my understanding. And then with Batwoman, the last that I've heard is that they've cast Ruby Rose.
Yeah, it is funny in the clip that we played of Superman and Supergirl. One of later on in that scene, they actually mentioned Gotham because one of the guys is like, "I'm moving back. We need to move back to Gotham." Or whatever. They've made references to Gotham. They haven't really released more information. I'm just curious to see if she's in a different universe, if she's in the same universe, because some of that talk's been going around, if she's in a separate thing.
I think it's pretty easy to assume that everything within the CW is going to be in that same unit. I have no
But Black
reason to
Lightning's
believe.
in a different thing, isn't it?
Is it?
I believe so.
Oh.
I believe it's like a separate thing.
So
they kinda keep it.
educated right now.
I think that's the way. So here's what we got. We got another question here for Brandon Moore. What do you think happens in Wakanda in the wake of T'Challa's death? Who becomes the new ruler?
I feel like the only person that's very applicable to this would be M'Baku. I mean, he's got to be the new ruler because who's going to beat him? If they decide who it is based on a fight, ain't nobody taking down M'Baku.
I agree. Well, I say Okoye could, but she's also not. I imagine she protects the crown, so I imagine she wouldn't jump in to try and do it. So yes, I would say. I mean, an M'Baku-Okoye fight would be amazing.
I wasn't prepared for how much I was going to like M'Baku.
Dude, he's awesome.
So the more M'Baku I can get, the better. I think that would be great.
I watched those M'Baku challenges for hours on YouTube. Those were amazing.
Hours, huh?
Hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it also didn't hurt that I had to write 5 posts about it.
Oh, okay.
But I also did watch it for hours just on my own.
Right. Well, I think that's all the time we've got for today. You guys, thank you for joining us and checking us out. You guys make sure you follow Matt Mueller on Twitter. Follow me at Chris Killian. And join us here next week. And BD's going to be back. Yay! Deuces.